Hey, hello. Welcome to my YouTube channel. I hope you're all doing really well out there, and thank you for tuning in to my channel out of all of these channels here on YouTube that is talking about music. But you choose mine, and I'm really thankful for that. This is, after all, your sanctuary from the craziness of the world, the threat of the Orange Menace. Now we'll just leave that and all the other nasty stuff outside for a while, and I'm going to talk about some music that I'm looking forward to, and I'm going to rant about some box sets as well. So yeah, welcome to this brand new installment of my Friday night videos. Yeah, and of course I have Danny to tag along with me to kick things off for us, because after all, this is your gateway into the weekend.
Friday night's gonna be alright, it's gonna be right, it's gonna be alright now, baby. Friday night's gonna be alright, it's gonna be right, it's gonna be alright now, baby. Friday night's gonna be alright, it's gonna be right, it's gonna be alright now, baby. So get ready for Friday night.
That was Danny from the Kids from Fame, and he's been providing these intros during 2025 for my Friday night videos, and I always thought they brought so much energy that we could take into the weekend with us. But I have to say, this new intro, in my humble opinion, is even more energetic. Yeah, so I hope you really feel that joy, that energy that he exudes from these intros. Yeah, great stuff. So I'm back, the first Friday night video for 2026 here on my channel. And if you're new here and wondering what is he talking about, well, this is my anchor point really here on my channel. So you can always be sure that there will be a video from me here every Friday night. Well, Friday night here in the UK. It could be daytime whenever you watch it. But I still call them Friday night videos because it's Friday night here. And Friday is, of course, the best day of the week in my opinion, so that's why I'm releasing them. Talking about anything in the world of music, things that fascinates me, I'm passionate about, yeah, you can always expect a video from me here on Fridays. And interspersed between the Fridays, I might release other videos. I've done some collaborations. I have an ongoing series of the best albums of 1984 that I promised to conclude in 2025, but other things came in between, so that's just going to continue. And I also have some other things planned, a couple of interviews that I'm going to present here in between those Fridays. Yeah, so you have a lot to look forward here from me in 2026, and yeah, we're going to kick things off. And I'm going to kick things off by talking about some albums that's going to be released in 2026 that I'm really looking forward to. And I already talked about Madonna's upcoming album last year, and we still don't have a release date for that, so I won't speculate anymore on that. And the same goes for the rumored Paul McCartney album. And there's probably tons of more albums that I haven't checked out that is actually are being released in 2026. But one that I'm certain of is coming, and very soon, is, and we got a hint here behind me, the Swedish queen of electropop, Robyn, is back. Yes, a new album is going to be released on the 27th of March, and as you can tell, I'm very excited about this one. Robyn has never disappointed me with any of her releases. So, on the 27th of March, the album Sextessential comes out. Yeah, and we already got a taste of that upcoming album late last year when she released the single Dopamine, which is absolutely fantastic. And around the time when she announced the new album a couple of weeks ago, she also released Talk to Me. And this track is written by none other than Max Martin, which also provided some of the songwriting on her album Body Talk. And also her longtime collaborator Claes Åhlund is one of the co-writers on this one, along with Robin and Oskar Holter. And the whole thing is produced by Claes Åhlund and Oskar Holter as well. And like I said, I love that track, an excellent pop track. But at the same time, she also released another track, the title track from the upcoming album, Sexistential. And two very different tracks, really. Sexistential is very raw and in your face, and I love it. It's really up here. It's top tier for me. So I'm so excited, if you haven't noticed already, about the upcoming album from Robin. And I just read an interview recently with her talking about this upcoming album, and I thought it was quite an interesting thing because she said, I left the space age behind me. I explored space, and now the spaceship has landed. And during the time she had off from the album Honey, which is her most recent one, and to now, what is it, 7 years or something like that. Whew. She had some time to think, and she decided she wanted to explore the sexuality, something that is very, very important to most people here on Earth, at least, and that is sex. So exploring her own sexuality, and I think she said something very clever in that interview, and that is to stay horny, and not necessarily in the sense of being physical with someone, but to stay horny, to stay passionate, stay curious about things that you're really interested in. And but what I think she's doing on this new album is exploring relationships, herself, and her feelings around sexuality overall. And that's why we have the title of Sexistential, really. So I thought it was really interesting and a clever take on everything. And I could get things wrong here, but that's what I read into it, at least. But we'll just have to wait to see. 27th of March is when the album drops. I already pre-ordered it, so it's going to be a big day for me, playing a lot of Robin tracks. But there's also another record that I'm really looking forward to that is also being released on the 27th of March, and that is Flea's new solo album. And I talked about Flea here before. Last year, I was so excited when he released the single A Plea. It's such a great jazz funk number that I totally fell in love with. You know, this spacious jazz, and this could be my gateway into jazz, really, because I always appreciated the odd jazz track here and there, but I never really got hooked to it. But this, I really got hooked to. So, Flea, by the way, is the bass player from Red Hot Chili Peppers, and I never paid much attention to Red Hot Chili Peppers, never been a big fan, really, but this blew my mind, really, when I heard A Plea. And since then, he also released a second single called Traffic Lights, and that is Tom York on the vocals on that one, so one of the guest vocalists on that one. And the upcoming album is going to be called Honora, or Honora. I'm not really sure how to pronounce that. But yeah, we are promised even more spacious jazz and funk, and yeah, I'm so looking forward to that one. I also read that Nick Cave is one of the other guest vocalists on this upcoming album. So, wow, what a day. The 27th of March is going to switch between the excellent electropop from Robin and the more spacious jazz from Flea. It's going to be such a weird day. Yeah, and another album talking about sex and sexistential and all of that in the more in the raw form, really. Peaches, behind me here, is her debut album. And if you never heard of Peaches, it's really, what can we call it? Electropunk, techno. That's the best way I can really describe it, with very explicit lyrics. She is not dilly-dallying around the subject at all. It's just hardcore, really. And she hasn't released a new album in 10 years, but this year we are being promised a new album called No Lube, So Rude. Yeah, a perfect title for a Peaches album. So that is something that I'm also really looking forward to, because it's been 10 years since we heard something from Peaches the last time. Well, at least a full album.
No, so rude.
So yeah, but there's no date on that one yet, so I can't really tell you. But they just some of these some releases that I'm really looking forward to in 2026. And like I said, there are tons of titles probably that I could read up on in 2026. Oh yeah, Saxon is coming out with a new album as well. And you probably didn't know this about me, but it's nearly 10 years now, but I started listening to some Saxon tracks and I really fell in love with that melodic hard rock. And ever since then, I kept my eyes and ears open for new Saxon releases. And yeah, it looks like we're going to get a new Saxon album this year as well. So yeah, lot of things to look forward to. And if you have something that you're really looking forward to, I would love to hear about it down in the comments, of course. And now, yet another question for you. Yes, you, the viewer, the listener of this video. This is a first world problem of the highest order. It's all about record box sets, and more specifically, vinyl record box sets. I don't have many of them here in my collection. I keep them here up on my Kallax shelf. And it's, of course, albums and artists that I really love. That's why I bought these box sets once upon a time. But I find myself not pulling them down from there and play them that frequently, actually. It's very rare, I have to say. So my question to you before I really start my rant here is, if you happen to have any box sets in your record collection, do you actually pull them down from your shelf or wherever you keep them and actually play them? Yeah, that is my question for you. And this is my problem. And I brought down a couple of box sets, and I think this is a good example. This is the Beach Boys' Smile, a huge box set from an album that was never to be, when it was supposed to be released back in the late 60s. But then in 2011 or something like that, they did release most of the sessions that was recorded for Smile in a huge box set. You could also buy it on a CD and so forth and so on. But I opted in for the box set because I loved what I heard and I wanted it all. Yeah, and this is jam-packed with goodness. It's got a great cover here, like a 3D kind of thing here with a shop window, and inside, yeah, I think this tells the story really. This is a content sheet for this box set, along with track listings, of course, but you can see some pictures here. It's filled with a couple of 7 inches, a nice book, another soft back kind of booklet as well, and of course the album itself, along with a bunch of CDs with outtakes and alternative versions and all of that. And it's just wonderful. And of course I played all of this once I bought it, but I never find myself pulling it down from the shelf anymore. Very, very rarely I'll pull it down from my shelf, because if I'm in the mood to listen to Smile, for example, I have to pull this whole thing down, find a place somewhere in my very cramped room, on the desk, for example, if there's any space, put it down, pull off the lid and dig out the record that I want to listen to. And by the time I've done that, yeah, the moment is gone. Yeah. Am I just lazy or stupid, or probably both, actually? So don't answer that. But yeah, what I want to know, do you experience the same thing? Because every box set is usually filled with so many great records, different iterations of the album perhaps, or whatever. And it is your favorite album, or one of your favorite albums, and you want to listen to it. But it does encounter some resistance, at least from me. So I usually opt in for the CD versions instead. I know it's crazy, but I just wanted to vent about this because it's something that I've been thinking about quite a lot. And another good example is one of my favorite groups ever, Frankie Goes to Hollywood. This is a box set that also came out, I think, around 2010 or 11 or something like that. In the celebration of their debut album, Welcome to the Pleasure Dome, this is Inside the Pleasure Dome, a box set filled with goodness, all from the Pleasure Dome. And it's a couple of 10 inches with alternative mixes for some of the tracks. And of course, the album itself remastered, and the list goes on and on and on. It's so much great stuff on this one. And I love the album, but I rarely find myself pulling this down from the shelf and dig out the records and play them. Why is that? I just need help analyzing this. You understand that, right? And I mean, these shrink in comparison, these box sets, from other box sets out there on the market. For example, not long ago, John Lennon's Mind Games was re-released in different kind of editions, you know, box sets and things like that. But there was this massive box set that was released for that one that I saw a couple of YouTubers doing reviews of, and it unfolded in a very particular way, and it probably took you 10 minutes just to unfold everything and then take out the records and put them on your turntable. Yeah, I'm exaggerating here perhaps, but it was this whole monumental, absolutely fantastic thing. But I've been thinking, and if anyone's watching this and you happen to own that particular box set that I'm talking about, I want to know from you, how often have you pulled it down from wherever you have it or where you store it and play the records from that box set? Because I think that is the ultimate example of a box set that is a bit cumbersome to pull down and make room for the unpacking of that box set. Of course, there are solutions to this dilemma. I'm aware of this. One of them could be by open up the box set and rummage through the things and pull out the records from said box set and then place it amongst the rest of your record collection, like in my case, in my Kallax shelf. But I don't think everyone is that comfortable with that, because there is a reason behind you buying that box set in the first place. But we have to ask ourselves a question. Is it just a display piece? Is it a piece of furniture, really, with some of these box sets? Or is it meant to be played? That is the question. That's it for me for this first Friday night video of the year, and I really hope that you enjoyed it. I know I waffled on about box sets and my struggles with those, but yeah, like I said, I want to hear from you guys. Am I alone in this? Yeah, I just want to know. But most importantly, I wanted to talk about Robin's upcoming album, and of course Peaches as well, and never forget Flea's new album as well. What a great year. What a great start to the year, I want to say, this musical year of 2026. And there's more to come, for sure. Yeah, so thank you to all of you who've been watching this video. And a big thank you to all of my subscribers. You are always near and dear to me, you know that. And speaking of which, if you haven't already done so, please consider subscribing. It always helps a small channel like mine. It boosts my confidence to do even better stuff and waffle on about music that I'm passionate about here on my channel. So if you really love hearing a Swedish guy talk half Swinglish, half English, this is the channel for you, for sure. Yeah. But I'll be back for sure next Friday, but I do have a hunch that something else is going to drop in between here on my channel. But you just have to stay tuned for that. Yeah. But until next time, you all take care of yourself. You stay cool, keep playing that music, and as usual, I'm gonna bid you a very Swedish and heartfelt adieu. Now take it away, Danny.
The movie rolls on, there ain't no more love scenes, the romance is gone. It's a one-man show, it's moving real slow, but it's picking up speed as I'm turning the key. I'm coming up, coming up, coming up.